Phillies hold off Braves 7-6 in Game 1 of NLDS. Nick Castellanos drove in 3 runs and made a potentially game-saving catch in the 9th inning, lifting the Philadelphia Phillies over the reigning World Series champion Atlanta Braves 7-6 in the opener of their NL Division Series on Tuesday. The Phillies have won 3 straight games to begin these playoffs, hardly looking like a team making its first postseason appearance since 2011. They followed up their wild-card sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals with a victory over the team that finished 14 games ahead of them in the NL East. It wasn't easy. Matt Olson hit a 3-run homer in the 9th off Zach Eflin to bring the Braves within a run. But Castellanos, capping off a brilliant day with his bat and his glove, made a sliding catch in right field for help snuff out the comeback, a clutch play from a player frequently maligned for subpar defense. Alec Bohm added 2 RBIs for the Phillies, who built a 7-1 lead by the top of the 5th and made it stand up against a Braves lineup that squandered numerous chances to get back in the game. Travis d'Arnaud homered and drove in the other 3 Atlanta runs, but the team that won 101 games during the regular season and edged the New York Mets in a thrilling NL East race suddenly finds itself in a best-of-5 predicament. Game 2 is Wednesday afternoon in Atlanta before the series shifts to Philly. Castellanos had a run-scoring single in the first, the Phillies jumping ahead 2-0 before many fans had settled in their seats, and added a 2-run single in the 4th. Castellanos came in hitting .148, 4 for 27, in 7 postseason games. He had nearly as many hits in this one, going 3 for 5. And that sliding catch on William Contreras' liner might have saved the day for the Phillies. Max Fried, whose last postseason start produced 6 shutouts innings in a World Series clinching victory over the Astros, failed to get through the 4th against the Phillies. The Braves' ace was roughed up for 8 hits and 6 runs, 2 of them unearned, but that was because of a throwing error by Fried. The Phillies, on the other hand, have been playing like playoff-hardened veterans even though their 11-year postseason drought was the National League's longest. Fried routinely retired the first 2 hitters of the game, but the Phillies suddenly strung together 4 straight singles, all of them to the opposite field, for a 2-0 lead. The last 2 of them were run-scoring hits by Castellanos and Bohm. d'Arnaud had the deficit with a homer deep into the left field seats leading off the 2nd, but 22-year-old starter Ranger Suarez and the Phillies were not flustered. Bouncing right back in the 3rd, Philadelphia tacked on 2 more runs after JT Realmuto reached on Fried's errant throw. Bohm picked up his 2nd RBI with a sacrifice fly and Jean Segura followed with a 2-out single to center. The Phillies knocked out Fried in the 4th, the left-hander leaving with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Jesse Chavez had a chance to escape the jam after he struck out Realmuto, but Castellanos came through with another 2-run hit, a single to left that brought home 2 more runs for a 6-1 lead. Suarez went just 3 1/3 innings, but made a couple of big pitches to keep the Braves from rallying. After walking 2 to load the bases in the 1st, Suarez escaped on Contreras' inning-ending double play. Atlanta loaded the bases again in the 3rd, but d'Arnaud struck out on a high fastball out of the zone. The Braves put 2 more runners aboard in the 4th. This time, the threat ended with Dansby Swanson whiffing at a 3-2 pitch from Andrew Bellotti, who was given the win.